What up? It's your boy T-Burn Reaction. Today is Makeup for Films Friday. This is Movie and Music Monday, and there's more of a TV show here. We're continuing the TV timeline from the one and only channel of Weird History. Everything happened in TV in the 90s. We were going to 1993. I'm happy, especially what was the thumbnail of 93, which is was a show that was my childhood. That's the start of a franchise. That was my childhood within America. Of course, you figure out what it is when I say that. Though that to this day, my all-time favorite childhood franchise. So it wasn't what you saw here, but other than that, let's see the TV timeline of 1993. Everything happened on TV in 1993 was TV show, movies, music, anything. Let's get it.
You think the heir to the fortune doesn't know what his old man is doing?
Kelly, I'm really...
1992 may have given us the Saved by the Bell Hawaiian-style TV movie, but 1993 was going to give its predecessor a run for its money. 93 would not only see the dawn of shows like Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, Monday Night Raw, Living Single, Lois and Clark, and Sequest, it would give us a whole new Saved by the Bell series.
Like I've always said, go B-side.
We're going to take you through all of the TV shows and TV-related news and events of 1993. Because...
this is going to be... you thought 92 was good. This is going to be a good one.
This is Timeline TV.
Hello!
It's released the one from... And by the way, he just released for 1996 though, so I can't wait. Can't wait to get from there.
And since 93 is when Walker Texas Ranger debuted, we are going to warn you to watch out for Chuck Norris. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel and let us know in the comments below about your favorite TV memories from 1993. Now, are you ready to find out what everyone was watching the year Bill Clinton was sworn in as president?
The choices are yours, and yours alone.
In 1992, 17-year-old Amy Fisher of Merrick, New York, shot and wounded Mary Jo Buttafuoco, wife of auto body shop owner Joey Buttafuoco, who had been engaged in a sexual relationship with the underage Fisher.
This girl is an attempted murderer, a prostitute, and the DA is accepting her statement that she and Joe were together.
On January 3rd, 1993, both ABC and CBS aired TV movies based on the incident, starring Drew Barrymore and Alyssa Milano, respectively, as the 4CBS.
My little sister's having an affair with your husband.
Oh, really?
ABC's movie prevailed, scoring higher with critics and in the ratings.
Number 3. That's her.
Due to the success of Star Trek: The Next Generation, Paramount produced a third Star Trek show, Star Trek: Deep Space Nine. The series, which debuted in syndication on January 3rd, was darker and more serialized than its predecessors.
Have you have a problem, sir? You'll have to take it over.
Black Captain.
It had a rough time in the ratings, but it is now frequently regarded as the best overall Trek series. NBC broadcast the series premiere of Homicide: Life on the Street.
Don't you ever again lie to me like I'm Montel Williams. I am not Montel.
Wow. Before SVU. RP to the guy, right? My guy here.
Williams. I am not Montel Williams.
Based on a book by David Simon, future creator of The Wire, the gritty and realistic show followed a squad of multiple homicide detectives and is today regarded as one of TV's most influential dramas. On February 10th, Oprah Winfrey dropped by Neverland Ranch to interview Michael Jackson in the superstar's first televised interview since 1979.
Boy, unfortunately, it did not age well with her being behind the thing with the Survivor, the Neverland nonsense that Wade Robinson, she funded for that. She get one of the times I give her a side eye for that. You know, she got sides by many. This is the red time I give her a side eye for that.
9.
Is your skin lighter because you don't like being black? I have a skin disorder that destroys the pigmentation of the skin. It's something that I cannot help.
Seen by roughly 62 million viewers, the special still stands as the single most watched television interview in U.S. history. The next night, Seinfeld aired its famous episode, The Outing, in which Jerry and George are mistaken as a gay couple.
Now everyone's gonna think we're gay!
Not that there's anything wrong with that!
Jerry Seinfeld and co-creator Larry David were worried it might offend the gay community, but instead it won them a GLAAD Media Award for Outstanding Comedy Episode.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
MTV broadcast the world premiere of Beavis and Butthead.
Look, I'm stroking my wiener.
The animated teen delinquents became an instant cultural phenomenon, and MTV's most watched show up to that point.
I am Cornholio.
Cheers got off to a slow start in the ratings, but by the time it reached its series finale, it was one of the most watched shows on TV. That finale saw the return of original co-star Shelley Long.
Hello, everyone.
And was watched by 93 million people, making it the highest-rated TV episode of the season, and the second most watched finale of all time, behind only MASH.
Sorry, we're closed.
Given its success, a spin-off of Cheers was inevitable. That spin-off turned out to be Frasier, which debuted on NBC on September 16th. The show transplanted Kelsey Grammer's titular psychiatrist to Seattle, where he lived with his father and brother and became host of a radio call-in show. Amazingly, Frasier would become even more successful than its iconic predecessor, running 11 initial seasons and 2 revival seasons beginning in 2023. For some reason, Tupac Shakur confessed to assault live on TV during the June 16th episode of Yo! MTV Raps. Discussing his firing from the movie Menace to Society, Tupac said of the directors, the Hughes brothers,
Check this out. They fired me but did it in a roundabout punk snitch way. So I caught them on the streets and beat they behinds. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Host Ed Lover tried to cut him off, but the footage would ultimately earn the celebrated and controversial rapper 15 days in jail.
Can't get the channel to change. Stop.
Yeah, that's all right, sir. There's probably something okay on this channel.
From New York, it's Late Night with David Letterman.
June 25th brought the end of an era when David Letterman hosted his final episode of Late Night with David Letterman on NBC.
If GE had a sense of humor, they'd send a guy in here right now to fire me.
Letterman had been doing the show since 1982, but departed after a public debacle over who was going to replace Johnny Carson as the host of The Tonight Show. Letterman then moved to CBS, where he would host The Late Show, opposite Jay Leno's Tonight Show.
The gentleman who will take over this program is Conan O'Brien. I've met him a couple of times. The only thing I know about Conan for sure is that he's been in prison.
3 months later, September 13th,
there it goes.
Late Night got a new host. Conan O'Brien started out as a writer for The Simpsons and Saturday Night Live, but was still unknown to most of the public, raising more than a few eyebrows when he
had to remember, keep in mind that he's tall as hell.
Over Dave's old desk on September 13th.
You better be as good as Letterman, or else.
Oh, Lord.
The skepticism proved to be unfounded, however, and Conan's run would last 16 seasons. And on August 28th, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers made its debut on Fox Kids. The superhero series, which was created using stock footage from the Japanese TV series Kyoru Sentai Jurenja, would quickly grow into a pop culture phenomenon. It officially ran 3 seasons, but subsequent Power Ranger series and movies would keep the franchise going for decades to come. On September 7th, former Saturday Night Live cast member and major movie star Chevy Chase made the jump back to TV on his own late-night talk show, The Chevy Chase Show, savaged by critics and ignored by audience.
I remember, it was from the early 90s to late 90s, even early 2000. A lot of, celebs was trying to have their own little late shows for a while. Some came and went, or talk shows in general. Some came and went, though, for sure.
The show would be canceled after a mere 6 weeks, and remains one of late night's most infamous footnotes. The rest of September saw the premieres of some of the biggest shows of the 1990s. The Truth Is Out There. And on September 10th, FBI agents Fox Mulder and Dana Scully started looking for it when The X-Files debuted on Fox.
Believe in the existence of extraterrestrials.
Logically, I would have to say no.
The show's winding mythology and memorable standalone episodes would make it a cultural phenomenon and earn it 9 seasons, 2 theatrical feature films, and a 2-season reboot in 2016. If you grew up in the 90s, there's a good chance you learned science from Bill Nye, the Science Guy. His educational show debuted in syndication on September 10th, 1993, and each episode would feature its star tackling singular topics like water, flight, or dinosaurs. Then, on September 13th, the Warner siblings, Yakko, Wakko, and Dot, escaped from the water tower on the Warner movie lot when Animaniacs debuted on Fox.
You want it? Oh, yeah!
Produced by Steven Spielberg, the zany satirical series ran for 5 seasons and spawned the spin-off series Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky, we're going to take over the world.
On September 21st, ABC broadcast the debut of the police drama NYPD Blue. The popular series, which initially starred David Caruso and Dennis Franz, won acclaim for its realistic depictions of police officers and their personal lives. Its frequent use of nudity proved controversial, though not enough to keep it from running 12 seasons. And on September 24th, the same network debuted the children's...
I told you, 92 and 93 was up. Look like so far, 92 and 93 was like a good year of TV as well too. Cause 92 had some good stuff going on, and so did this.
Coming-of-age sitcom Boy Meets World. The show starred Ben Savage as an average kid growing up with help from his family, friends, and mentor, Mr. Feeney, a.k.a. the voice of Kit on Knight Rider.
Mr. Feeney, may I sit down?
I'd rather you didn't.
Hates me.
Popular with critics and teens alike, the series would run 7 seasons and spawn the 2014 sequel series Girl Meets World.
A girl like me never had a chance. Matthew's never had a chance.
On October 10th, Iron Chef made its debut in Japan.
Oh,
Hosted by Chairman Kaga at the legendary Kitchen Stadium, the cooking competition pitted chefs from around the world with one of the chairman's Iron Chefs, each specializing in a specific cuisine. The show ran for 7 seasons on Fuji Television and eventually made its way stateside onto the Food Network as Iron Chef America in 2005. If you were watching TV in the 90s, you definitely remember the Got Milk ads, the first of the...
Damn, I ain't never started in 93. I thought it came around like 95 or something like that.
Famous commercials aired on October 29th and depicted a historian who fails to win a radio call-in show because his mouth is full of peanut butter with no milk to wash it down.
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, I do kind of remember the commercial. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
The ad was directed by brand new film school graduate Michael Bay, and the
Wow!
popular ad campaign ran until 2014, with a revival in 2020. The cult hit movie riffing series Mystery Science Theater 3000 debuted in 1988 with creator Joel Hodgson. But on October 13th, Joel escaped his confines on the Satellite of Love, clearing the way for writer Mike Nelson to take over. Nelson would stay in the job until the end of the show's initial run in 1999. On November 12th, the UFC broadcast its very first...
Oh yeah, back when it was looking like Mortal Kombat / Bloodsport, where you had to wear... Russell, you could use anything you were.
Martial arts event live on pay-per-view. The sparsely attended event featured 8 combatants competing for a $50,000 prize. It also marked the first appearance of the UFC's now famous Octagon, which was created by Conan.
And at the time, it wasn't even like I said, it wasn't just the typical MMA with the gloves and all that. It was like usually you be a karate fighter, a sumo wrestler, all that, yo.
Barbarian director John Milius to make sure the fights looked absolutely brutal on television. Although no one knew it at the time, November 15th was a big day for pop music. The long-running children's variety show, The Mickey Mouse Club, at this time called the all-new Mickey Mouse Club, debuted 3 new cast members: Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, and Christina Aguilera. And Ryan Gosling was there too.
Well, actually, me and Jester were wondering how you guys got the name.
I guess you don't wondering, JC came in the season before, a couple seasons before.
Your band, Escape. Yeah, I heard you guys got it because you were in this recording studio next to this burning oil refinery, and you guys escaped all these big barrels of oil were blowing up around you.
The series was a launching pad for young talent, having previously featured future stars like actress Kerry Russell and NSYNC's JC Chasez. On November 23rd, the TV Food Network, as it was then called, started broadcasting.
It's the world's first 24-hour cable network devoted exclusively to food. Glorious food!
Among its first shows was How to Boil Water, an Emeril Lagasse-hosted cooking show for beginners. The network, which would become a home for shows hosted by famous chefs like Mario Batali and Bobby Flay, would drop the TV and become just the Food Network in 1997. And finally, on November 28th, the surreal children's sitcom The Adventures of Pete and Pete debuted on Nickelodeon. Praised for its writing and its oddball tone, the show followed 2 brothers, both named Pete Wrigley, and the quirky residents of Wellsville.
Bertie, the strongest man
in the world.
It featured memorable cameos from celebrities like Michael Stipe, Steve Buscemi, and Debbie Harry. The show ran for 3 seasons and remains a cult hit among 90s kids.
R.I.P. Michelle Trachtenberg.
So what do you think? What was your fondest TV
and
memory of
they said-
1993? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out.
Yep, and you mentioned, and as I mentioned, Monday Night Raw started in 93 as well too, man. What a year for sure, yo. Like fond memories as well too, and this is just majority of it though. It's not even this is only half of it. Hell, might be quarter of it though, because I say a lot went down in the early 90s though, especially 92 and 93 though. 92 has some great ones, but yeah. So maybe 94 might be just as great too. You may never know. Other than that though, this was a good video to check out. Shout out to Weird History. Other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay tuned later on of the day when I record. You'll get the music side of Music and Movie Mondays. Anyways, your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.